Hi, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is the third part of this video on hotel booking data analysis, on our hotel booking data analysis in Power BI. In this part, we want to calculate the metrics for this third section, cancellation and booking behavior. In this video, we would calculate the following KPIs: cancellation rates in percentage, the average lead time, no-show rates, and the average booking changes per reservation. We hope to achieve the insights from the following KPIs. For cancellation rate, we hope to be able to assess the booking reliability, and this will help detect patterns of lost revenue. For the average lead time, the KPI will help measure how far in advance guests book, and that will support dynamic pricing. While for the no-show rates, to help the management to review the booking behavior that affects revenue and planning. Finally, for average booking changes per reservation, would help to monitor how frequently guests alter reservations, which is a potential indicator of uncertainty. Now, let's head on to Power BI desktop as we pick up from where we left off in our KPI generation. Here we are. All right. Now, let's continue with our metrics. So these are the metrics we've calculated so far, and we also created this chart in part 2 of this video. I just resized the charts. Let's add the first KPI, which is, let me confirm again, the cancellation rate. So once this loads, I will call my metric cancellation rate. Let's call it cancellation underscore rate. So the cancellation rate is going to be equal to the cancelled bookings divided by total bookings. We already calculated the cancelled bookings, so I'm going to use the divide function. Cancelled bookings, that is the cancelled bookings divided by the total bookings. All right, cancelled bookings divided by total bookings, and that's it. So this will give us the rate, and to display this, to view this metric we've just calculated, I would select a card and check the box for cancellation rates measure, and that's it. To measure this guy in percentage, I'll format the card or data. Sorry, I'm supposed to select the metric itself, cancellation rate metric, and from here I'll choose the percentage format, so that format the card in percentage. So the cancellation rate in percentage is 26.57%. So this is the rate at which the guests cancel the reservation. All right, 26.57%. Okay, that's done. The next metric to be calculated is the average lead time. The average lead time. So to achieve this, we would need to go ahead and take the average as a column. Excuse me. There's a column called lead time, right? We just calculate the average. Let's check that column out. There should be a column called lead time from our data set. So this is a lead time. All right, so we want to know the average lead time. All right, it's a very straightforward metric, not something that is difficult at all to achieve. All right, click on my metrics, click on new measure, and say um, average AVG lead time. All right, the average lead time is equal to the average, right? I want to take the average of the lead time. That's it. And this is what we get. Okay, so we would also display this on a card. The average lead time, AVG underscore lead time. So the average lead time is 77.09. I think that should be in hours or days. We'll check our data dictionary when it's time for us to format the cards. All right, the next metric to calculate is the no-show bookings. No-show bookings. All right, no-show bookings. So we'll be doing a count of the no-show bookings. There is a column called reservation status. On the reservation status, there is the, oh sorry, I'm looking at my, let's go to the table view. So from the table view, we will search for the reservation status column, which is this. Okay, and from this reservation status column, you see there are, let's filter this to see how many different status categories: cancelled, checkout, no show. So we want to know number of reservations that the guests eventually do not show up or turn up. All right, so let's head on to Power BI desktop, the layout view. Right click here and select new measure. So I'll call this measure no show booking. No show bookings. That's what we're going to call the measure. No show underscored bookings. That will be equal to, so since I want to do a count of the table, so let's do a count rows of the hotel data. That is our fact table, right? With the filter of reservation status. Where's reservation status equal to no show, equal to no show. I hope the no show is spelled with capital S. All right, let's check. So equal to no show. So let's view this metric. Click on the card and select no show bookings. Okay, so it's showing blank here because I guess the no show should be spelled with small s and not capital S. No show. If it still shows blank, check the data sets to be sure of how exactly it is spelled. So it's not. I think that there's an hyphen. Let's just confirm. I think the last time we checked, it has an hyphen between the no and the show. Oh, check out, and no show is spelled as, yes, no show. The hyphen and capital S. So let's ensure that we spell that correctly, exactly the way it is spelled in the data set. No show, and this should give us a value without blank. Great. So of the 101,000 bookings that were recorded in this data set, about 1,169 of those bookings, the guests did not show at all. They didn't show up for the bookings, and they didn't cancel, and they didn't show up. All right, so that is the no show bookings. But we don't want to stop at the no show bookings. Our goal is to do a no show rate. So what was the rate at which these people failed to show, right? What is the no show rate? I think that is our interest. To get no show rate, we would have to do the number of no show bookings divided by the total bookings. Number of no show bookings divided by total bookings, and we express that as in percentage. So since we have no show bookings already, no show bookings, so what I'm going to do here is, I don't want to create so much measures. I'll use this same no show bookings, that with this same function. I'll expand it. So let's call this one no show rate. Where's my cursor? Great. So I will call this no show rate. So no show rate is equal to, let's declare this as a variable. No show rate is equal to the variable called no show bookings, right? And I'm going to calculate the rate now. Rate equal to, so I'm declaring a variable called rate. So the rate is going to be equal to I'm dividing these no show bookings that we've calculated by the total bookings we have, right? And I'll return, let's return the rates. Okay, so this is exactly what we want. So we've already calculated the no show bookings, which gave us 1169, and now we are dividing the no show bookings that were calculated by total bookings and returning that as rate. So when we hit enter, this figure here should change. Okay, so it changes to 0, and that's because when you compare 1100 and something to 100,000 plus, that is a significantly small number based on the number of decimal places. But when we convert this to, well, let's select the no-show rate and convert it to percentage. Let's see how many percent that will give us. So 1%. All right. So that is because of the number of decimal places. Like I said, right now, no decimal, 0 decimal places. If I increase the number of decimal places to say 1, then you can see this is 1.2 percent. If I increase it to 2, that will give 1.16%. So let's leave our metrics at 1 decimal place, and I'll also change all these whole measures we have, or the KPIs that are decimal number. I like to change all of them to just 1 decimal place. So we'll talk more on this when we start to format our KPIs. So the no-show rate, so it means that out of 100%, it's only 1.2% of guests that booked and never showed up, never show up. So that's not it's not so bad, but I think there's something that we can do to work on that number. We'll advise the management on some steps to be taken to try as much as possible to reduce the number to the barest minimum. Okay, then finally, for in this part of the video, we want to create the last metric, which is, let me just show us the documents and see the progress we've made so far on the metrics and the KPIs that we are creating for this section. So finally, we'll be creating the average booking changes per reservation, and it's simply taking the average of the booking changes. And we've already spoken about the purpose or the insight that we've gotten from this metric. So there's a column that's called booking changes. So we will take the average of that column, and that will give us the expected output for this particular metric. So let's go over to metrics, right? Click on new measure. All right, and we can go ahead and title the measure average booking changes per reservation. Okay, average, or this average booking changes per reservation. This my metric is so long. Per reservation, this is equal to the average. So I'll be taking the average of the booking changes, average of the booking changes. Great, that's it. So when we take the average of the booking changes column, this should give us the expected output. Let's display this on a card. Average booking changes, and the average booking changes is 0.27. Okay, so that's that about this part of the video. Thank you very much for watching this. Please ensure you see the next part. That'll be part 4. From part 4, I will just start with the visualization, although we have some more sections that we hope to also calculate some metrics. Let's look at it. So let me see If I would want to create some more metrics, or we go ahead with the visualization, because I really want to get this dashboard completed in no time. So we were supposed to calculate the metrics on customer profile and experience to see the repeat guest ratio, the average number of guests per booking, the average special guest per booking, customer type, distribution. A chart we answer this particular question or this metric. Then markets and channel performance. Okay, all of the metrics they seem to be very, very important. Maybe in the next part we'll quickly complete this customer profile and experience, and then I will start off with the visualization. Thank you very much for watching this. Please, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.